ourselves, or how does this work?
Yeah, maybe mute and then just unmute yourself as you're going to speak, just in case there's like weird background noise or something. And then I'll just see if we're live yet. It doesn't look like it. Okay, yeah, we're live. Okay, everybody. We have something so special today that we're going to share with you. We're spilling the tea. We are giving away all the details. We're basically letting you know why we're so excited, how we're going out there, and we are literally changing lives. Like, we are helping so many people this year financially, and we have something so different. And so we wanted to go live. We wanted to talk about it. So if you are jumping on with us, say hello, let us know where you're from. Drop a 1 if you're live, drop a 2 if you're catching the replay. And then you guys get this out, because the more people that see this, the more people we're going to be able to help. And then what I do suggest is, if you're seeing this on somebody else's page, please get back to that person that's sharing this video with you, because we will ask who shared this video. And so just make sure you're getting back to the person who you saw this on their page. So we all recently moved companies a little while ago. It wasn't an easy decision, but in that time, we actually all hit the top rank in the company. We all did it within the same month. So some of us did a little bit faster than others, and we're going to share that with you. But we're also going to share why we feel that people are having so much more success here, why we're seeing people hitting the top rank quicker here, why we're seeing our teams are winning, and why we're changing lives here, and why we were, it wasn't happening in other places for us. So the first thing I'm gonna ask Angel first is, actually no, I'm gonna quickly share why Angel and I came over here, and then I'm gonna let Rebecca and Tara kind of quickly share why they came over here. But Angel and I, we were actually with a different company. We loved their products. We loved everything about it, but we just kind of found that we weren't winning the way that we needed to win for our families, and our teams weren't. And we were actually hit up by this company several times. Our biggest regret is not looking. Like, we let our egos get in the way, and we're like, no, we're happy, we're doing good, we're happy where we're at. And we, like I said, we were happy, but we weren't seeing the success that we wanted for ourselves and our team. And when we found out who the master distributor was, we were both instantly curious as to why in the world a man that sees every company in the industry, who was actually working on launching his own network marketing company, building out his own, why he would drop all of that to be the master distributor with this company. And when we got on that call and he showed us the difference, we knew right away that not only was it a company that we've been waiting for, because it solved a lot of those big issues that we kind of felt were problems in the industry, but when we saw the difference in not only what we would be making, what our teams would be making, it was a no-brainer for us. Like, what we were like, we said we'd tell them in an hour what we were going to do. And I know I was writing a list as soon as we got off the phone.
Facts.
But like, what was that big moment for you where you said, okay, yeah, we have to do it? I know it for me, like I went through my team and I did the math on what.
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, when I found out who the master distributor was, me and Carrie are business partners. We actually, until my birthday this year, hadn't even met in person, but we became best friends, and we talk all the time. And I wasn't going to go to a company without her. She was exhausted and ready to quit. We were burnt out. We were tired of not seeing anyone win. We were tired of not seeing anybody getting ahead. People were spending more money than they were making, and that's a problem. And so my aha moment was, first and foremost, when I found out who the master distributor was, it was one of my mentors. And so I was like, well, dang it, now we have to look. And that's what we did. And I am so grateful that we finally just stepped back, because a lot of there's been a lot of negativity about this company within other companies because of what we're doing here and because why we're so different, not just product wise, price wise, but business wise. And so we were listening to the naysayers. We were listening to the people that were being negative, that we weren't forming our own opinion. So once we got on the phone with him and we really just listened and heard their vision and caught the vision, I honestly was sold. Like, I literally looked at my husband after we got off the phone. I was like, oh, I guess we're moving companies. And he was like, are you serious right now? Like, you're launching another company into Canada. I was like, it's just not working. It's not commuting. My people aren't winning. I'm tired. We want to make an income. That's, you know, we're in business. And I need, well, I had put on 20 pounds, so I needed the products. Like, I needed to lose some weight. And so there was many factors, but definitely catching the vision, seeing why this company is so different. Like, when I tell you guys it's different, it's not a little bit different, it's significantly different. From the 50% commission on retail, you guys, like, forever on your customer orders, like, that's huge. We have a girl on our team that has 130 customers at 50% commissions. Do the math on that, just thinking something's $100. Think about what she makes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is very amazing and just truly special. And to work with the two guys that we work with, who have become our business partners and mentors and like really like big brothers to us, has been absolutely amazing. They are phenomenal.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Tara and Rebecca, what was it, and what made you make that decision to just, one, even look, but two, make the decision to move on? Because I know that's not an easy decision. What was it? Where was that moment for you where you were like, okay, yeah, you know, I'm doing it?
Are you going?
You can go, Rebecca, first, because
okay,
this is where it starts.
Thanks for inviting me to visit with you guys today and have a cup of tea. Yes, you know, when you're happy where you are, when you have a good team, picking up and moving from that is really, really hard to do. And I'd have to say that I was happy. You know, I can't say negative things, especially about the leadership that Tara and I were blessed to have. When you talk about walking away from that kind of situation, it's actually scary, because you're talking about investment of emotion and friendships. And really, Tara and I did well with our previous company, so we were walking away from significant income as well. So that's a lot to put together. But what I had to do was put aside emotion and move into logic, and not let simply loyalty make a decision for me, because sometimes those kinds of decisions can actually lead you away from where you're supposed to be. And I do believe that everything that I've gone through in the past 4 years on my own training, in training with the previous team that I had, the previous leadership that I have, I believe that it was grooming me and moving me into this huge opportunity that has fallen into my lap. And I have to share with people that it's absolutely life-changing to be in the situation I'm in right now. Sometimes I pinch myself and I can't quite grasp that this is real. So when I, you know, having the background now that I've had, the experience that I've gained from, you know, 4 years in the industry, but I'm also a 26-year career teacher. So there's a lot of leadership and personal development and whatnot that comes with that. What I've learned through, when you're in a school and you have a principal, or you're in a business and you have mentors and leadership, I think the biggest thing for me in terms of coming over here was the leadership decision. We have a common mentor, and I met Carrie Marshall in 2018 in Mexico. And we sat through presentations with mastermind multi-million-dollar earners in this industry. And we did personally come out of there with similar thoughts about who the real leaders were, who the people of integrity were. So when I was put on a phone call, Angel had, let me sit down and talk with a man named Lance Conrad. When he moves in the industry, you pay attention to that. And I had sat and learned under him before. And it's amazing that you can always go backwards and look at hindsight as to how you can end up where you are. So leadership became number one. And that's not to say that the leadership I had before was bad, because it wasn't. I can't tell you how emotionally invested I am in the people that led me previously in another company. However, the professionalism and the knowledge of the how-to, I would have been paying for this stuff for a lot of money. What I get here, how I'm led here, it's part of the company. It's part of our team. It's part of what we do daily. So that part is something that it's just invaluable. It's just, I can't stress enough that side of leadership as well as integrity, because I've looked at other companies, for a moment where the integrity wasn't there. So I have no interest in going where there is no integrity. The next thing was, I'm an ingredients person. I'm a high school foods nutrition teacher. I have a background in this stuff. So when I looked at the products, I knew absolutely that I could make these products work for me. I didn't know for sure what the power of them was going to be. And the power on the hormonal side, which is so important to me. I'm 48 years old. I have most of the peers that I work with are in middle life. That's what we are. And so hormones and aging is all part of our reality. And when I saw what was in there, I was like, wow, if you can give these dietary supplements 3 months of your time, you're going to see some major changes. For most people, you're going to see the major changes. So the product was fantastic when I looked at the ingredients. The next thing that was really important to me was the price point. When I know that I could create change in people's lives, if they so desired it, and they would listen to me about how to eat and just getting active every day, and having some good positive lifestyle changes, adding these supplements, for me, it makes like everything work, everything click. And I knew that I could reach the people, I could reach the masses, because the price point of the system is just unheard of in this industry. It's the exact opposite of what most companies are doing. Most companies are moving into massive kits with a high price point. It's like trying to buy a limousine, and here we are in somewhat of a recession, with a COVID lockdown, and our company's exploding. And I believe it's because of the price point and the fact that the products work. So, I sat through that, for about 30 minutes talking to Lance, but he moved quickly into the compensation plan. And when I saw all those other things fall into place, and then when I saw the compensation plan, I was like, whoa. And my decision, because I was having a heart attack when I was on the phone, my decision became solid, and I had to call Tara and say, I've made a decision, you're not going to believe this, and have that hard conversation. So a weekend of phone calls to people that matter to me, that had really been mentors in my previous company, because that's hard. That emotionally is very, very hard to do. But I knew that I was logically making the right decision, and that's what had to drive my decision. And so that's why I'm here.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Rebecca. Tara, you're up.
Awesome. Thanks, ladies. Well, these ladies have covered a lot of the same reasons why I chose to come over here. Like Rebecca said, the emotional part, I was very happy where I was, helping people. The emotional part, though, I had to set aside. And I think for most people, change is very hard. And change happened when COVID happened for me. And, my husband was laid off, and I'm a substitute teacher, and there went my job as well. So I really had to look hard at this and see, can I make the change? For one, like Carrie said, I would be walking away from income that was kind of what I had left at that point. But I just knew in my heart of hearts that this was something I really seriously needed to look at. And so there were some sleepless nights and some tears, but it has been a change that I can't even tell you how thankful I am for it. I have some very, very happy customers. I, like Rebecca has all of the knowledge when it comes to ingredients, but so many things, you know, from my cleaning products to my supplements to food, I'm trying to go natural and, you know, just better for us and for our family. And so the ingredients of these supplements really spoke to me as well. And yeah, I also needed something that my team was going to be winning, and you know, not having to pay more for their products than they were making. And so seeing my team winning and having just customers that have been able to share with their friends and family, and they are winning because not only are they getting healthy, but they're able to do it at a really great price and even, you know, make some money back doing it. So yeah, so lots of great reasons why I came. I'm so thankful I did, and I'm so thankful I have all these ladies to help me along the way.
We're so thankful you came too. Okay, why do you guys feel that so many more people are winning here? Because it's not just like compared to where we were in our last companies. I've been in a few different companies and I've never seen people win financially like they're winning here. What do you think is the biggest thing that sets us apart from, you know, every other company out there? Because like we have people on our team, just like Angel said, where they've never had any kind of success before, and you know, they have 132 customers, 50% retail. Obviously that's a big difference, but like, you know, it's not just one person and it's not just us winning here, hitting ranks quickly. What do you feel that big difference, that secret sauce, I guess, here that's helping people have so much more success?
I think there's a couple things. First and foremost, having an owner who understands that the distributors are number one. Having an owner that has been in the field, I think, is huge. Having an owner that has been just like us. He has really, truly built a compensation plan that is designed to have everybody win. So I think that's huge. That's like number one. Like even today, listening to him talk and his passion for his field and for us, that's a true blessing. I think that really lacks in a lot of other places. But I think the bonuses we have a thing called a lifestyle bonus, where every single month you can earn up to $700 a month US from a bonus. And it's actually super simple to get. Like it's not like you have to jump through hoops and leap through fire. Like it is actually very obtainable, and people are doing it every single day. And I think that's one of the big things that sets us apart are those two things, in my opinion. Ladies?
I'm going to talk about fundamentals of compensation plans, but I'm only going to talk about two because we don't have an hour for that. But when you set up a company and a culture, there's so many moving parts that develop that culture. And what is, I find, the most life-changing thing about this kind of a setup is the fundamental of how when I bring somebody into this company, if I give them away to somebody else, I do better. So I just want to like focus on that, especially for new people. You have so many new people that are succeeding here because the people that bring them in are mentoring them and nurturing them and taprooting with them, because by doing it together this way, we all win. So if we look fundamentally at something, say that is a uni-level company, where you know you just can build as many people into your organization as you want, but they're all just level ones, and you have to keep up signing these people. You have to have all these new signups every month. You start to compete with your downline. You start to compete with your sidelines. Like you're in competition to each other. If you're not directly signing these people up to yourself, you don't get the rewards. You don't get the bigger cash. You don't earn the trip. You don't jump through the hoops. Fundamentally, this company is set up completely different so that I have to help the newest person. And by helping the newest people get launched and be successful and hit their first things, like get their products paid for, get a team of 2 helping them, and get those people to help a team of 2 helping them. By duplicating simple things like that and really working to help them, it makes me 1,000 times more successful. So that's a fundamental in the compensation plan that actually moves mindset. Like the way that Dan Putnam has set that up, it actually moves your mindset of, and I've watched this over and over again as people come to us from different companies and they're trying to grasp what the compensation plan is. This is a binary unilevel hybrid, so to speak. And so I can make more money really by giving people away than I can by signing them directly up to myself. So that develops relationships, that develops win-win for everybody, that develops teamwork, and great leaders are going to do that. Great leaders were doing that in those other companies. Some of the great leaders were, right? But sometimes you don't get in with a great leader and then the very opposite happens. So I believe that fundamentally the way that this compensation plan is set up to reflect the beliefs of the leadership that you just talked about, Angel, I think that's a huge piece of why people are winning here.
All right, what they said. The one part I was actually going to touch on too, Rebecca explained it in bigger terms than what I'm going to, but the teamwork. Not only am I just standing on the sideline cheering for my team and, you know, hoping they have great success and trying to give them nuggets of information, but I can actually help them. Like Rebecca said, I can give people a way to help them hit their bonuses. And we can all succeed and we can all celebrate. And yeah, I agree. It's just not something that can be done in other businesses. You can cheer each other along, but your hands are still tied at some point in your organization. So that I feel like is my one biggest thing that I'm so excited about with the business model of this one. And then obviously the 50% commission really helps people, because in many companies, you are needing 10 to 12 customers just to pay for your product and start making profit. And with this, 2-3 customers, you've paid for your product and you're starting to make profit, which is amazing.
Yeah, 100%.
Can I add one thing? I want to say one of the most favoritist messages I've gotten to date is by one of our dear ladies in this company who came along with us from the company we were with at before. And she's here for family. She's not here to build a ginormous organization. Of course, she wants to make extra money. The best message I ever got was from her when she was like, and I've gotten a lot, but she was like, you guys, I actually made more money this month than I spent to be active. This has never happened in 5 years. That is fundamentally wrong. Like, that should never happen. If you're building a business, you should be making money. And so to hear her, when you don't have to spend $150, $200, $300 a month to be active, and you get 50% on customers you bring in, and you have an amazing pay plan for the rest of it, it's just fundamentally different. And like, it's just mind-blowing to watch and see her excitement. I was so pumped for her. It was like, seriously, it was like the best thing. The best feeling is seeing your people thriving, happy, winning, and being super successful. And that honestly is what we're here for. Like, of course, we're here to build a business as well. We're here because we want something different for our families. We want a different legacy for our families. But to help everybody along the way is a huge blessing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. And it's crazy to watch. And I think, you know, for me, when I look at our compensation plan and I look at the difference, it is what, you know, each of you touched on. And what I see is that there's finally a compensation plan built for each individual distributor's strengths. a lot of people, they're not comfortable having the business conversation, or they're scared to grow a team because maybe they feel that they've never done it before, but they're completely fine with going out and sharing products. And a lot of people, that's where their comfort zone lies. And because of that, most companies are built for only builders and builders alone, where ours isn't. It's built for everybody and where your strength is. And so, you know, when you can have the average person just come in and just say, you know, just go and share the products, you're going to get in profit very quickly, and show them that, then that, I think not only does, you know, do they grow with, you know, belief in themselves that they can do it, but you're putting people in profit way faster, and then you're building that momentum quicker. And then, you know, they can go out and say, wow, like I came over here and I made this much money right away, where most of them, they can't go out and say that in other companies, because they're just not making that much money off of customers. There's not that many companies, if they say they do, but it's only so many days in. And I think that's one of the big things. And then the other things like Rebecca touched on, where the compensation plan is set so that people are helping each other. So you're helping your team grow very quickly. And then here, with a team of 30, compared to every other company here, we're basically paying triple when you take in consideration those lifestyle rewards and stuff like that. So that is definitely one of the reasons why I feel why so many people are having success here, and quicker success, is because of how it's set up for everybody and where their strengths lie. What was the scariest part for you guys about moving companies? And then when you did move, what was your biggest win? You want to go first, Angel or Rebecca?
Sure. I would definitely say the scariest thing is there's a fear of failure, of people being like, oh, she's moving another company. But if it's not the right fit for you and for your team, you have to do what's best for you for that. It's not for public opinion. I never do anything for public opinion. But also the reaction, or how you'd be treated when you left, how you're going to be perceived by other people within the company, and the friendships that you have there, like, are they going to continue on? These are all things that you're thinking of, right? However, I would say the biggest win here is literally watching our team do phenomenally well. I've been in the industry for over 3.5 years, and I have never seen growth like this. I have never seen as many people winning as this. On this team alone, our team that we started on May 24th, in that time period to September 25th, that was the first person on our team to hit diamond. There has been 5 diamonds broken on this team. What that means in our company, a diamond makes 6 figures a year to 6 figures a month. That's what it means. We have broken 5 diamonds on this team, 4 in Canada. You're looking at them. These are the 4 diamonds on this team within, and that happened, the 5 of us breaking the top rank of the company. That's not heard of, to have a team of people breaking that rank. And we will probably have, I'm going to say 5 more before the end of the year, maybe 8 more people that will break this rank by the end of December. And so this compensation, like we said, is really designed for everyone to win. So watching everybody win, watching Rebecca, me and Rebecca and Tara have known each other for 3.5 years. Watching Rebecca finally seeing that she can obtain all these goals and like get to the things that she's been wanting to for years and not have to have it take years, to see Tara being able to like bring in that income to help her family because her husband's laid off and she's a substitute teacher during a pandemic. There's not a whole lot of substituting, right? And so, you know, and watching Carrie, one of my dear and closest friends, one of my best friends, to go watch her from the day we came here. I watched her it almost made me cry. I watched her almost losing hope in her life to the point where she was like ready to give up. She was exhausted. She was tired. She was going to go get a job. She didn't know how she was going to do it because, like, we're in a pandemic. Nobody goes and puts their kids in daycare during the pandemic and needs to get a job, right? And then we come here, and within a short 30 days, everything completely turned around. That was honestly one of my biggest blessings, watching the total transformation on like how everything changed for Carrie and her family within that small window. Like, and it's so many people, you know. We have a wonderful woman on this team, Karen, special needs son, and this is helping her stay home with him. It's helping him stay home with her. You know, watching all these wins is just, that is honestly what makes it worth it. And my only regret is that I didn't look in January. I didn't help everyone come earlier. That's my biggest regret. But my biggest win is watching everybody else thrive.
Rebecca, do you want to share your scariest?
Sure. So we're talking about biggest wins right now.
Well, you kind of already did touch about the scariest part about moving on. So if you want to touch on that a little bit more, you can, but also like your biggest win.
Oh, the scary parts, and then to the big wins. Okay. Okay. Well, whenever you're moving, it's scary because you're saying goodbye. You're actually closing a door. And it's just like when you decide to sell a home or change a job in the workforce, there's always a bit of anxiety over that change. As Tara had mentioned, change can be scary. But I also know that sometimes people who you thought were your friends get upset and get mean. And you have to have broad shoulders with a lot of feathers on your back so that you can let that stuff just fly off. Because when people do come at you with negative comments, whether it's to your face or behind your back, that's about them and that's not about you. And I would have to say that, one of the first things I did was reach out to my upline who had treated me so well, and, to say goodbye, and that I knew I was going to go through a mourning period of losing those daily contacts and friendships, because it's hard, because I'm saying goodbye to a company I was invested in, right? And a team that I was invested in. That to me is the hard part, because, I think that more importantly than anything in the world, relationships are what matter. And it's hard. So there's that piece of it. And then when you see people that you thought were your friends turn around and say something that's very negative because they're moving from a different perspective or whatever, a lot of people don't have the courage to move forward. And I mean, that even brings me into the next thing, which becomes a win, but the courage to lead. Being a leader is scary sometimes because you're out in front and you don't have all the answers, right? You don't have everything laid out in front of you. So a lot of people don't have that courage to lead like that. And I would say that because of, like I said, the compensation plan, the way it's structured, and the leadership that actually comes with this particular company, the training that's involved here, that is probably one of the biggest wins, is moving into seeing people such as Tara and myself moving into leadership roles like that we are comfortable in now. But I mean, they were, a little bit scary before. Tara just hit diamond, and that's a big deal. Like, that's a big deal. And so Tara's got a big team to take care of. And, not everybody has the courage to do that. But I just want people who are listening in to know that that support system is worked into the fundamentals of the company. And if you just show up and do the basics, not new stuff, not scary stuff, not stuff that is like, whoa, now what do I got to do? You just got to do the basics. You do the basics over and over again, and you demonstrate that. Being a leader doesn't mean going out and doing anything fancy and buying a sparkly tie and whatever. It's just get to the basics and do the basics over and over again. And that's the best way you can help your team in this company, is just repeating that. So that's probably been my biggest win, because you're helping people stay healthy, especially the mental stress, the mental wellness part of life right now with what we're dealing with in 2020. I love those wins when I'm talking to people. I love them more than weight loss, even though I think weight loss is about health. I love the mental wellness side of this. And then seeing my team make the income that is changing the future of their families. It's just like, you got to get up and dance. You just got to celebrate that, because it's unbelievable to me to see what we're seeing there. So from scary to huge celebration.
I agree. Scary to huge celebration. One of my biggest things about leaving, one of my biggest fears was also the friendships and the relationships that I had made with my previous company. And what are people going to think? You know, I'm leaving one company and going to another, and just all of those. But I agree with Rebecca. I think I might have had a few pep talks along the way, Rebecca, about it's okay. And you know what? You get to choose the path that you want in life. And this is something that you are choosing that's going to be best for your family and your customers and all the new people that you get to meet. And I really truly believe friends go beyond business. And I'm still celebrating some of my friends that are still with the other company, and that's awesome. They're having great success, and they're celebrating me now with this new company and the success I'm having. So I think that's a true friend. So that's one of my biggest wins, and just all the new friendships I get to make along the way. And my other one just slipped my mind. But anyways, it's been great. Oh, I know, seeing my team win. I had one lady say, Tara, I've never made this much money before. She's so excited. And I had a friend that, I think I might have said this before, she had, her husband join her and her son and her mother-in-law and her mom. And she just wanted to be a customer, but she's getting to do this now for free. So she thinks that's exciting, and she's getting to help them get their health back in check. So yeah, lots of great things.
Yeah, I love all of that. I think for me, I actually, to be honest, I wasn't terrified to move. I think because I was at that, like Angel said, I was done. Like I was done watching people struggle. I was done. I was feeling like my leadership skills weren't there because I just couldn't help people the way I wanted to. And I was done with the industry. And it's funny, for a really long time I have moved companies a few times because I was looking for that company where I felt that I could really, really help people the way I want to. And I think we all join this industry and it's like, I just want to make a few $100, right? I know that was my goal. And then as I started to build a team, you really start to care about these people that you bring on your team. And there's nothing worse than watching people struggle and telling them, just keep going, you got this. And they're struggling month to month. And so for me, I was over that feeling. Like I was done with that feeling. And so when we moved over here, and it wasn't like, people are just having success now. It was literally from day one, we saw people making more than they were and they've ever made before. And that's my biggest win too, is just watching person after person. And like the people that, have been with me through more than one or two companies where they've struggled and they've never had success, and then they come over here and it's just like everything came together for them at once, and watching them have that success. And and it's just story after story where you're like, I've found my home, I've found what I'm looking for. I feel that I could be the leader that I've always wanted to be and help people the way that I've always wanted to help them. And I just needed a company that provided, I think all the little links in the chain together is what we were waiting for, and we finally found it. So that's been my biggest win for sure here. I think we're going to leave it at that. If you're somebody and you're watching this and you're, anything that we said to you really spoke to your heart, get back to the person who shared this. because we do have something very special here. We have something different. If you're somebody who's been in the industry and you kind of felt how a lot of us have felt along the way, or even just me personally, where you have it in you to be that big leader and to have that success, but you're just not having it, it's okay to look. And it's okay to have those fears of moving on, and it's okay to have all those things. But when you find something that's right for you, you find something that's going to change your family's lives, and where you can go out and help so many people, it is 100% stepping out of your comfort zone and doing what you have to do to make it happen. So again, please get back to the person who shared this out. We just want to make sure that you're getting back to those people. You guys have anything that you want to add to that? No? Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. If you found value, please like and share, and have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Everybody.